Okay, which equation do you want to solve for? Equation 1 or equation 2? It doesn't really matter. They both suck. You want to do equation 1?
Could we do either?
Yes. So if you do equation 1, you're going to end up with fractions. If you do equation 2, you will not. Okay, so but it doesn't matter. If you do 1 and you plug it back in and everything, it's going to work out the same eventually. Okay, but it's just a matter of what you're more comfortable with. So we can do equation 2. So I got 4x minus 2y equals negative 20. What do I need to do first? Try to get y by itself.
Divide.
So we're going to subtract the x's.
Oh.
So I got negative 2y equals negative 20 minus 4x. What's our next step? Try to get y by itself.
Divide, distribute.
Divide by that negative 2. Okay, and you're really dividing each piece by negative 2. So we got y equals negative divided by a negative is positive. 20 divided by 2 is going to give you 10. Negative divided by a negative is positive. 4 divided by 2, 2. So it's going to be plus 2x. Okay, remember, what do you need to do? Once you solve for y, it's going to help you out. Circle it, okay? Circle it. So then when you solve for x, you know where to plug it back into, okay? So now we've got our two equations, okay? Where do we plug that y into? We need to plug it back into what? We used equation 2, so it needs to get plugged into which equation? Into equation 1. So you can draw yourself a little arrow. It gets plugged in here to equation 1. Okay, where that y goes. So now we're using equation 1. So I got x minus 6. And instead of y, this is y. 10 plus 2x equals negative 16. Okay, what's our next step going to be? We're trying to solve for x. How do we get rid of those parentheses? Distribute. Okay, so I got x minus 60 minus 12x equals negative 16. What's our next step? Combine like terms.
Oh.
So I got a 1x and a negative 12x to give me negative 11x minus 60. Okay, now what? Trying to get x by itself. Add 60 to both sides. Okay, now what?
Divide.
Divide by negative 11. So x equals negative 4. Where does that get plugged into? Huh? The problem we circled up here. So it's plugged into there. Everywhere there's an x, we're putting in negative 4. Okay, so I got y equals 10 plus 2, and instead of x, I'm using negative 4. (10 minus 8), and it's going to be 2, so y equals 2. So our final answer is going to be negative 4, 2. Okay? I will tell you that the only way to get good at these is just practice. Even if you get to this step and then you're like, something's not right, then stop there or keep trying and fix it. Okay? I would not, however, get to a certain step and then erase everything because it's not right. Because chances are it's probably one little number that's going to screw you all up. Okay? The more you do these, the better you're going to get at them. It's just the process that's like all confusing. Okay? Because you got to use one equation and then plug it back in the other one and then plug it back in. You guys know how to do the algebra. You know how to combine like terms, add and subtract. And so that's pretty much all it is. It's just how to do it in that order. Okay? So, if we look at 7, okay, we need to solve one of the equations for y. Which one are you going to use? Equation 1 or equation 2?
1.
Y. It's already solved for y, okay? Y is already by itself. So we can circle this, because we always circle when we solve for y, and where does that get plugged into? Huh? Where do we always plug that one into? We plug it in equation 2, wherever there's a y. Okay, so it's going to be negative 6x plus 4, and my y is negative 3x minus 2 equals negative 8.
Man, I messed up so bad.
What?
I need a new paper.
Why?
I'm not erasing. Do you know all the work, like, you just did? Yeah, I did it on the wrong page.
That's okay, we'll fix it in a minute. You just staple this again. Cross, put whatever number this is supposed to be. So, yeah, so 3 and 5. And then keep going on this side. Okay, what do we need to do? Huh? Yeah. We gotta distribute. So I got negative 6x minus 12x minus 8 equals negative 8. What's our next step? Combine like terms. So I got a 6 and a negative 12. It's gonna give me negative 18x minus 8 equals negative 8. What's our next step? Plus 8 on both sides. So I got negative 18x equals 0. What's our next step? Divide by negative 18. Divide by negative 18. So I got x equals, and this is going to be 0. Okay, so you can circle that. Where does x equals 0 get plugged into? Huh? Into the y, into whatever we got circled way up here. Okay, and that's y equals negative 3x minus 2. Okay, and what is our x value?
0.
Yeah, so you got negative 3 times 0 minus 2. Okay, well 3 times 0 is going to be 0 minus 2, which is negative 2. Okay, and our last step we can write it as the coordinates, 0, negative 2.